And we are live. Welcome to the Smart Money Team Hangout and our live broadcast. My name is Charles Lenore Jr., and I am your host as well as the founder and creator of the Smart Money Team. Now, if you're tuning in for the very first time, I want to welcome you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to check out what I am sharing with you on this broadcast. And if you are maybe a returning viewer, then I thank you for your loyalty. And I hope that there is something that I have been saying each and every week that has helped you improve your financial situation. So, whether you're tuning in from the East Coast to the West Coast, North or the South of the country, go ahead and drop a comment right now what city and state that you represent. And maybe I will give you a shout out while we're live on the air. All right, so what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to be talking about something that's very important because I get asked a bunch of questions almost daily about this broadcast. So, the topic we're going to cover tonight answers one of those questions, and that is how do you join the Smart Money Team and start earning a lucrative income by helping other people get out of debt? Let me say that again, just in case you missed it. We're going to be talking about how to join the Smart Money Team and earn a lucrative income stream, helping other people eliminate their debt. And oh, by the way, you'll be eliminating your debt as well. So, if you are over the age of 30, nothing against anyone who's under 30 who may be watching this broadcast, but specifically if you're over the age of 30, then everything that I'm going to share with you tonight, you're probably going to really relate to and it's going to hit home. So, I want you to pay very, very close attention to what I'm going to share. Now, tonight, I'm not going to be using any slides, I'm not going to be talking using a presentation. I am going to speak directly from the heart and let you know why you want to join the Smart Money Team today and get going on our financial principles and strategies that we teach each and every one of our team members. Now, the Smart Money Team, who the heck are we? What are we all about? That's probably what you're asking right now. Well, let me explain to you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So, the Smart Money Team is a team of ordinary people that I put together many, many years ago with one purpose, and that is to help others with their financial education so that they can start eliminating debt and build wealth, right? We talk about the danger of debt and how that is destroying families and it's destroying people, individual lives, it's destroying. Heck, it's destroying dreams and it even is destroying our country. I mean, just think about all the debt that our country has. And our consumer debt is at an all time high, meaning you can look left, you can look right, you can look up, and you look down, and probably the person you're looking at, to include yourself, has some form of debt. It could be a mortgage. It could be a student loan. It could be auto loan. It could be credit card debt. It could be furniture loans. It could be personal. It could be business or commercial loans. But I guarantee you, there's a small percentage of the audience out there that's watching this broadcast that is completely debt free. And I'm not talking about this answer that I get. Charles, I'm completely debt free. I don't owe anybody anything. Oh, awesome. That's great. I see you have a house. Do you have a mortgage? Yes, I do. Then you're not completely debt free, my friend. In fact, you have the largest debt most of us will ever have in our lifetime. So if you have a mortgage with no other debt, trust me, you are not debt free. All right. Until that mortgage balance is zero, you have a debt. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about breaking the chains of debt bondage so you can live the life that you were purposed to live, so you can enjoy the blessings of life. All right. Vacation more, spend more time with your family, your friends, You can do things that you've always dreamed that you want to do. Maybe you want to start a family. Maybe you want to go on a cruise. Maybe you want to, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do. All right. The bottom line is something is probably holding you back and preventing you from doing those things. And I bet you I know the answer. It's debt. Debt prevents most of us from fulfilling our life's dreams, doing the things we really want to do, doing the things that make us happy. So, how do we deal with this debt problem that we have? Well, what I have discovered that debt really is a mathematical problem that most people cannot solve. And really, what I love about the Smart Money team is that we have a solution to your debt problem, a mathematical solution, all right, that will help you eliminate your debt in the fastest time possible. Doing this with your current income. So you don't have to go out and get a second or third job in order to make it happen. All right. You can do this with your current income. So, what is it that we have that's so powerful that Charles gets on Facebook Live and on YouTube every day and every week talking about it? It's a program and a system that most people have never ever heard about. In fact, what's funny is I've been talking about this system for 15 years, and there are still people like you out there that have no idea this even exists. So, you want to get rid of your mortgage, your 30-year mortgage, in 5 to 7 years. You want to be completely done, paid off, so that you can enjoy the bountiful blessings that home can bring to you. Or better yet, you can take the money that you were spending on your mortgage and do something else with it, like invest it. Maybe go out and buy another property, like a rental property, so you can earn some passive income to help with your retirement. Or maybe you just want to take that money and invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, okay, and grow that so that you have some wealth accumulation that you can pass down from generation to generation. There's all kinds of stuff you can do when you have the income and you don't have the debt saddled, dragging you down along the way. So, this system that I'm talking about is a fully automated AI mathematical formula calculating program that analyzes your debt, your income, and your expenses and maps out for you the fastest way for you to be able to eliminate that debt. Now, most of you don't understand that when we engage in contracts with our financial institutions to either buy a home or buy a car or buy some furniture or whatever it is that we're trying to buy, whenever we get a loan, that financial institution uses something that gets all of us, and that is an amortization schedule. Now, the amortization schedule maps out the term, what your monthly payment is going to be, what your interest rate is going to be. But here's what is so devastating about that document: it allows the financial institutions to collect a lot of interest. Interest is the problem. It's not debt. That's the issue. Because, if we're good friends and you say, Charles, can I borrow $100? And I say, oh, okay, no problem. Can you pay me back next week? Most of you would have no problem with that. Okay. But if you say, Charles, can I borrow $100? And I say, no problem. Pay me back $1,000 next week. You would look at me like I have a horn growing out the side of my neck. Why? Why, Charles? Why would you charge me $1,000 and I only borrowed 100? I say, that's just interest. All right. It's not personal, it's just business. You would have a fit if your friend Charles did that to you. But most of us do that without any thought or any reservation when it comes to signing that loan agreement for a car or a home or a student loan or whatever. The banks are robbing us in interest. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe in bank bashing. In fact, if it wasn't for the financial institutions, a lot of us would not be able to own a car. We would not have a college education. We would not be able to live in a house. Okay. So don't get it twisted. It's not anything against the banks. What I don't like is that they have allowed themselves to be greedy, all right, and they have contracted this amortization schedule, this document that gets more interest from us than they deserve. Now, if you borrow something from somebody, you ought to return it. If you borrow money from the bank, you ought to pay the bank back. And a little interest for borrowing that money is appropriate. But when you start talking about the thousands and thousands of dollars that the banks absorb from us, suck the life out of us for buying a home or buying an automobile or getting our education and borrowing money for student loans, and the amount of interest that they're getting, it should be criminal. All right. But it's legalized extortion. That's really what it is. Okay. So, how do we beat that? Well, how does any championship team in football or baseball or basketball, how do those coaches beat the teams that are of, equivalent caliber to them? Well, it comes from not only practice, right? But you got to understand the playbook, right? You got to know what the other team is doing, right? So, what do those teams do? And those players do often. They go and look at the film. They observe what that particular team is doing, all right? So they can counteract that with their own offensive or defensive strategies. And that is what we are doing with the Smart Money team. We have a system that was developed by NASA engineers, the folks that put people in space. I mean, you guys have seen Hidden Figures, right? All those mathematical formulas that she was writing across the board, that long, drawn out, almost look Greek to most of us. We have no idea what that meant. But in reality, what it was saying is this is how we're going to get a person from the earth to the moon and safely back. It's math. The math doesn't lie. All right. The numbers do not lie. So these NASA engineers put together a very sophisticated mathematical formula and algorithm that destroys the bank's amortization schedule. And if you use it in your personal life, you will find that you will save thousands and thousands of dollars in interest that you would have been given to the bank. And as a second and third order effect, you will eliminate your debt in record time, faster than you ever thought possible. Taking a 30-year mortgage and being able to pay it off in 5 to 7 years with your current income. Why? Because you do not sign up for the opposing team's method and strategy for winning. You counter that with your own strategy. And so, with our system, you are able to now fight those financial institutions by playing on a level playing field. Huh? You got that? Does it make sense to you? Am I starting to hit home? So, those of us who have this system and use this system are eliminating our debt in record time, saving thousands of dollars that would have been going to the bank that I could have used to put it away for college education. I could have used to retire sooner, that I could have used to vacation more. That money now goes back into our pockets. All right. And that's what our message is. We're on a crusade to eliminate debt and poverty in America, one individual, one family, one community at a time. You know the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we're trying to save one individual at a time. All right. And that individual, we hope, is you. You that's listening to this broadcast, who knows you have a mortgage, you have student loan debt, you have auto loan debt, you have credit card debt, and you don't want to be saddled with this all of your life. So, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? A lot of us can't do it on our own. We've tried, and we've tried. We cannot do it on our own. So, what we need is some kind of help. And thank God for cutting edge technology that we now have in our possession that can help us get where we want to get financially. So, what I need you to do is take a look at this broadcast, rewind it, replay it, find out what it is that you're trying to do in your life financially. Okay. And when you see that you're struggling and that you're at an age where you're tired of that struggle and you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you really want to start enjoying life, if not for yourself, maybe for your children or your grandchildren, then reach out and contact me, which many of you do on a daily basis. I get calls, I get emails, I get texts, I get direct messages all day long. So I know my message is reaching you. And if you were invited by a Smart Money team member, right, to watch this broadcast, then listen, go back and thank them because they actually appreciate you and love you enough that they want to share this information with you because they don't want to see you struggle. We often say around the team that we have the answer to financial cancer. Think about that. The answer to financial cancer, right? We all know, and probably most of us have been touched in some shape or form or fashion by that word. We've seen coworkers, we've seen friends, we've seen family members suffer and go through that. If you haven't seen anybody suffer and go through that, think of our current pandemic and those that you probably have seen suffer with COVID-19. All right. Well, guess what? If you had the cure, if you were the Pfizer or the Moderna, or you were the Johnson & Johnson at the time, with a solution, a cure that could stop that suffering for that family member, would you not want to give it to them? Okay. That is what we are doing. We have a financial solution to help you stop the suffering that you are enduring right now financially. All right. There's no reason for you to live paycheck to paycheck. There is no reason for you not to be able to build wealth, generational wealth. There's no reason for you to have to monitor where you stay at and how you stay when you go on vacation. You got to use, Motel 8 and Super 8 and all that. You can't go to the Marriott and all that because you are strapped for funds. You should be able to live your life and enjoy your life the way you want to. But many of us can't do that because we actually are spending more than we're bringing in. Too much debt, too much debt, too many expenses. Why? Because we ain't taught financial education in school. We don't. We don't get that. All right. And so that financial education that's lost in our early years causes us to have a inappropriate relationship with our finances, if you would. And that means you end up spending more or taking on more debt and not being able to enjoy your life. So never fear, help is here. We have the solution. So, what I want you to do is write down, after this broadcast, I want you to write down all the things financially that are burdening you, that you're struggling with, or that you just like to get rid of because if you no longer had that house payment or that car payment or that student loan payment or those credit card payments hanging over your head, life would be so much easier, right? Life would be so much better for you. Write them down, look at them, make it painful to stare at, and then come back and see me or see one of my team members and say, I'm tired of looking at this. I'm ready to take action, because you will be so happy to finally get that burden, that debt bondage broken, those chains broken, all right, so that you can start living the life that you've always dreamed of. Now, The other thing that the smart money team is very good at, as part of helping other people eliminate debt, is generating an additional income stream in the process. That's right. When you help another person eliminate their debt, you will generate an income stream that, in a lot of cases, is equal to the annual income that you can make in a month. Okay. So, some of you out there, whatever it is your annual income is, we have team members who are making that in a month. All right. Helping other people eliminate debt. That's what we're all about. That's what our mission is. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great systems and programs and companies out there marketing supplements and jewelry and cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. There's no knock against any of those people who are doing any of those things. But I guarantee you, most of them are not seeing any success. I guarantee you that most of them still have debt because they're doing that maybe because they like whatever it is, the supplement, or maybe they like the jewelry and all that. But you don't go into business and promote something unless you are getting something out of it. Income is the main thing, whether it's residual or some kind of passive income stream. You want some income, right? Because you do have debt and you want to pay that debt off. But the problem is the majority of you out there are not generating any kind of income worth talking about. You can't even generate enough to offset any of your expenses that you might have with the business side of what you're doing, more or less your personal side. But what we're doing is so powerful because 98% of America needs this, right? You can't look left or right without running into somebody who has some kind of debt. So you can literally talk to anybody about it. And then, second of all, it's such a high lucrative payout for what we do. We're not talking about $20 here and $20 there for helping somebody get some eyelashes or some piece of jewelry. We're talking thousands of dollars that we're getting paid out for helping one individual or one family at a time. So whether you help one person a month or you help 10 people a month, it's totally up to you. That income can help offset your mortgage, the car payment, student loan payments that you owe, the credit cards. Before you know it, you have eliminated your own personal debt as well as helping other people be on that debt free journey. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a side hustle that guarantee you can make money. I mean, in fact, I tell people don't come to the smart money team. Don't come to Charles and Nora, saying you want to be a part of this team and not think that you're going to make some money, because you got to be prepared that you're to make some money. All right. And we're going to show you how to set things up, because that blessing is going to come to you. So you got to be ready for that. Okay. But I guarantee you that if you can't make money with what we're doing and you can't make money on the smart money team, then you can't make money anywhere. All right. Because you just aren't doing anything we've told you to do. All right. Because again, you can look left, you can look right, you can look up, you can look down. There is going to be somebody that needs our system because they have debt. All right. They just don't know about it yet. They just don't know it's available. They don't know the technology is out there. All right. And we have a mission to share that technology and let people know that that amortization schedule, that ancient document that has been robbing us for many, many years in interest, we have the opposing team's playbook. All right. And we will be able to defeat them on our own terms by leveling the playfield, leveling it. Okay. So if you want to win, then you need to get with the smart money team. Ladies and gentlemen, I've taken up enough of your time. All right. The final thing I'll leave you with tonight is, what happens, Charles? How do I get started? I mean, and what happens next? Okay. Well, listen, to get started on our team, it will take a small investment of $199 one time. Okay. One time. And if you're balking at a one time investment of $199, again, your financial situation is jacked up because $199, most of us spend that in a day or a week on frivolous junk, whether it's fast food or shoes or something. All right. So take $199 and invest in yourself and in your family that you can eliminate your debt and get paid in the process. And if you can't make that $199 back on our team, shame on you, because there's no way you can fail if you do what we tell you to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I've taken up enough of your time. I hope that something I have said tonight inspires you, motivates you, and actually pushes you to take action today on your financial situation, or if nothing else, join us and help us in our crusade against debt and poverty in America. Become a member of the Smart Money team today. Get back with the person who invited you. If it was me, please message me, text me, call me, and say, I want to get started today, Charles. I want to be a part of that crusade. All right. I want to take action on my own financial situation and eliminate debt, but I want to help others in the process. And I promise you, it will be the best decision in this post-pandemic or pandemic era that we're in right now that you have made in your life. So I just you just gotta take that step towards us, and you will be glad that you did. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast. Take care, and God bless you.